When we have the garden, we need to know how to harvest them in the right way. Because if we don't know how to harvest them in the right way, it will finish fast and get less yield, less produce. But if we know, it will last long time. We work less, but we harvest many times. So it's very important to know how to do it. The first thing we need to know is how to harvest Chinese chive or chive. This kind of chive, the leaf is very flat. The good way to eat them is to cut them often. Don't let the leaf too old, because if the leaf too old, it will be tough, a little bit tough than normal. So the right way to harvest them, we need to understand a little bit. If we cut them like this, we will get only leaves. This is not the right way. If we cut like this, it will take long time for the stem to grow back. So the best way to cut them, we need to cut them with the white stem like this. So we need to get the stem a little bit, and after that, it will grow back very fast. So when we cut, we need to cut close to the soil, close to the ground like this, so we get the white part of it. And then the stem, even it's lower than the ground a little bit, but it will come up very fast. In 7 days, we can harvest again, and then we can harvest for a long time. The next thing is something in the mustard green families. This kind of vegetable we love to eat when they have flowers, but not bloom like this. When this vegetable start to have flowers a little bit, this is the most delicious time for this kind of vegetable. We eat the whole thing. This kind of vegetable, if we pull them up the whole thing, it will finish. But if we know how to cut them, it will last long time. The shoot, the flowers, is very tasty, very yummy. The way to harvest them is when this mustard green families, they don't have the stem, don't harvest them yet. We need to wait a little bit long when they start to have stem. This one have a little bit stem here, and that's not good time. This one, the stem a little bit longer, but it's still not quite yet. It's good to wait a little bit longer. So when the stem tall like this one, we can see the flowers a little bit. This is the most delicious time to harvest this kind of vegetable. And then we can see stem quite long. This is a perfect to harvest. When we harvest, we need to cut them and leave a few leaves at the bottom. So the top part, we can eat them, this part. This part is very juicy and crispy. We love this part a lot. In Thailand, this kind of vegetable, we harvest many times, 5-6 times. So it's good to know how to harvest the right time. And then the next thing is lettuce. Lettuce is, if we pull the lettuce, the whole thing is finished. They cannot go back again. We need to replant them again. But if we let them have stem like this, sometimes it can be bitter. And then if it's very young stem, it's not too bitter. We can eat them. But if we harvest them when they have stem like this, the new shoot will come up in every leaf on the stem at the bottom. But the new shoot is not nice, it's not big, it's small. Sometimes it can be bitter fast. So the good way is just don't let them have stem, because that's about to be bitter when they have stem. So the good time is when it have no stem like this. This one, there's no stem yet. Stem is too short. You can see the shoot is very low, deep at the bottom there. This is the perfect site to harvest them. And The best way to harvest many times, if we pull them, we harvest only one time. But if we don't pull them, but we cut them before the stem come up. But we need to cut above the shoot of the lettuce. Cut this level, and then we can harvest in another 5 or 6 days. So we can harvest 5 or 6 times after we plant them. So when we cut them, we cut like this. We can see the shoot still there. This shoot will come up in 6 or 7 days. It will be beautiful like a new plant, new lettuce. So this shoot, they come up fast if we harvest like this. If we cut like this, we can cut many times, 3 to 4 times at least. And then the problem is, if we eat ourselves, it's okay. But if we sell, the market don't want it, except we do ready to eat. So, but when they have the stem, if we cut the stem like this, it takes long time for the new shoot to come up. This is too long, and then the new shoot can come up maybe 3 or 4. It depends on how many leaves at the bottom. This is take almost 3 weeks to come up like this. This is we cut the stem. So this technique, it take long time, but they give more shoot from one lettuce after we cut them. And then it depends on what do we want to do with it. Any technique is good. So this is we cut from the stem. The new shoot will come up like this. You see the stem at the bottom, that's a black spot. That is the stem where that was cut. We eat the first time, and now it will be the second time we can harvest them like this. And the next thing we need to know how to harvest is green onion or spring onion. So this kind of onion, if we pull them out like this, it's gone. So we need to transplant them again. That will take another 1.5 months to be able to harvest again. But the best technique is don't pull all of them out, but just grab whatever we want. Normally in one bunch, we will leave only 2. Press the 2 stems that we want to keep with the soil, and then we pull the rest of it out. So that's 2 pieces will grow back in 7 days. It will split into 4 stems in 7 days. It propagates very fast. So we plant one time, we can harvest every week for many years. And then this part is the part we can use it. We can eat them, or we can plant them. We can use this part to plant them. So if we want to plant from this part, it's important to cut the root off, because they will not use this root anymore. When we plant them, they will build a new root. So cut them off. And then we don't need a long leaves like this. We cut the leaf off. This is the part that we can transplant them again, because spring onion has no bulb. This is the bulb that they can have. This is the way we transplant them. In cold country, they use seed, but in tropical, we don't have seed. And then the leaf like this, we can eat them. In Asian country, we eat green leaves like this, but for Western people, they don't eat green leaf. They eat only the white stem at the bottom. That's so sad, because the green leaf is quite good smell. So the next thing is kales. This is a kales that we eat a lot here. Kale or some vegetable in this family is quite similar. Just cut them when they have the stem. If they don't have the stem, don't harvest them yet. If they have the stem like this, we cut them and then leave a few stems at the bottom. They will grow back soon. In another week, they will grow back fast. So when we cut them like this, you see this, the new shoot coming up. The new shoot will be smaller, but we cut the same way. We can keep cutting like that for a few times. So plant one time, we can harvest at least 3 to 4 times I think it's worth it to cut it like this if we grow for ourselves. Learning how to harvest vegetable in the garden is fun because we work less, but we can eat for a long time.